Hey, what's going on, my lovely people? Here we are once again with another episode of Judgment Free with NB3. I'm Nelson Bernard III. How y'all doing? So this episode, this is one that really hit close to home for me, for the simple fact that I identify with the subject or the topic, which is the invisible strong friend. Okay, so I know for me, since I was like 10 years old, that's pretty much how I've identified being the strong person, kept everybody together, always had a smile, couldn't really tell if something was really going on or not, right? That was me, right? So I was, the strong friend or the strong family member that people kind of, overlooked because things seemed to be okay on the surface, right? So I want to dive into this because I said something in the beginning of my speech of my retirement ceremony. And once again, if you have not seen it, go check it out. It's called my epic retirement speech. Okay. But in the beginning, I said something as like an attention gainer, but it was also powerful at the same time. So what I said was, my opening statement was, I apologize if I make this look easy. And what I mean by that is, I don't wear my emotions on my sleeve or anything like that, right? You can't tell what's really going on with me just by looking at me, right? And I don't allow that. But at the same time, it's the strong friends, right, who get overlooked. And that can become very dangerous, when people just assume that you're doing okay because you're not making crazy posts on social media, or you're not, looking crazy, or, moping around, right? So that can throw people off. But the reason why I bring this topic up is because I know a lot of you have either got friends like that or probably that person yourself. And what I'm here to tell you is, the strong friends need just as much love as everybody else, if not more. And the reason I say that because I seen this post about a year or two ago. It really hit home, right? And it said, just because someone carries it well doesn't mean it isn't heavy. And that resonated with me instantly because, like for people who work out, and who's just about working out, everybody should have a spotter, whether you, strong, weak, or, pro or beginner, right? Because you got the guy doing the bench press, everybody walking about, okay, this dude he's strong, right? But just because I'm not, what I'm saying, just because I'm not doing that, it doesn't mean that I don't need a spotter. You know what I'm saying? I don't need help. I don't need assistance, right? So, but a lot of times people walk around with their problems like, help me, but a lot of your strong friends are not built like that, right? But at the same time, you need that exact same help. And that's why it's important to check in with your strong friends. Okay? Even if you think everything's good, right? Just asking the question will uncover a lot of things, because a lot of times the question is more important than the answer. Okay? So, for those who don't know, and a lot of you probably don't, because I'm a very, private person, but I'm going to give you a real life example, right? So, I just recently got through with almost 2.5 year battle, custody battle with my 3 daughters, right? Which resulted of me not being able to see them or talk to them for over a year, right? And yeah, that was a rough time in my life. But what kept me going was all of the family and friends who would ask about me, who would see how I'm doing, even though I looked it fine, or that was a touchy subject they didn't want to, get into. I appreciate all the prayers, all the well wishes, all the words of encouragement, because I needed every last bit of that to get through that situation. All right. And I can say that now because I've gone through it now. You know what I'm saying? With it being over now, I'm able to, rekindle my relationships with my daughters now. And it's been, oh my God, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. Right. So that's a prime example of, you know, not overlooking your strong friends and how your strong friends can become invisible. Right. Because we're not finna, you know, broadcast our problems. But if you're going to be a good friend, if you are a good friend, you should always check in with them regardless, because you never know what you're going to find out, you know. And a lot of times, people who grew up with me didn't know about some of my childhood woes until I did a speech about it, and put it on YouTube, or they came and saw the speech in person, right? So I'm telling you, like that's a big deal, having your strong friends just out there, just thugging it out, all right? Because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that everybody in your circle is on the up and up. Not certain ones, not certain individuals, right? You want to make sure everybody is good, because you never know. That conversation that you have with that strong friend might be the game changer and change the tide, and sends it on a different trajectory. Okay, so you do not underestimate, the strength of your strong friends, because we're all human too. Believe it or not, we can smile and make everybody feel good, make sure everybody's okay, because that's our strength, right? Make sure everybody's good around us, right? But then who's doing that for the strong friend, right? Like the old saying, who mentors the mentor? Who counsels the counselor? So that's one of those scenarios where I identify with that 100% since I was at least 19 years old, at least. So it is very important, very, very important to understand, where your strong friends are in life, what's going on with them, and just to know, like, hey, it's okay to check in. You know what I mean? It's all right. Because a strong friend they're gonna let you know what what they want you to know. But the key is you ask, though, because I can tell you how many times that I've had the unlikely person ask me how I'm doing and really mean it and be genuine about it. Those are the conversations who caught me off guard the most. It's the ones that normally don't, ask you or talk to you about deep stuff, right? But I can tell when people ask about me genuinely, and who's just asking me because they got enough else to say. I'm a good read on that, right? But it's those conversations where the unlikely person really sits down and be like, "Hey, what's going on with you? Hey, Nora, like, how you doing?" And I really appreciate those people who really do that, because I don't get that a lot, because I'm always, listening to other people's problems or helping people solve their problems, what I'm saying, being a listening ear, right? I'm very good at that. I'm very good with people, right? But I rarely get hey, how are you doing? Enough about me. What about you? And y'all don't understand, for y'all strong friends, how much that means to them. Speaking from experience, right? Because for once, it's like, all right, I can talk about me for a change. I can let a load off for a change, and not the other way around. Because as your strong friends, we take so much from people, right? Their problems, their issues, their rants, their woes, right? And we put it on our shoulders, to be strong for them, right? But then who gonna be strong for us? But you will know how to be strong or when to be strong if you don't ask the question. So it always starts with the question. And your strong friends will take it from there. If they trust you like that, now let's also be clear. If they trust you and trust enough to be vulnerable with you, then all you need to do is ask the question. And the strong friend will take care of everything else. The strong friend will let you know everything you need to know in that moment. Guaranteed. Right? But it depends on what type of relationship y'all have too as well. I'm going to disclose what I want to disclose to, depending on who the person is and the level of friendship. And that's just how the game go. That's what everybody pretty much, right? But the strong friends are definitely more guarded because their view is like, oh man, he always got his stuff together. Oh, he always got a smile. Oh, don't nothing bother him, you know? And that takes a toll because I'm human, right? We're human. So that's not the case. Stuff does bother us. Things are not always, hunky-dory. So it's very important not to overlook the strong friend and to engage with the strong friend. Because those are the ones be like, so-and-so did what? No, I just talked to them, or I just saw them, right? But did you really see them? Did you really talk to them? Right? It's not, strong friends ain't no check in the box. You got to really engage with us. Sit down with us and carve out time for us. That's what we need because we do it for everybody else. So that's the key to, getting to the strong friends and family members and really trying to resonate. Let this resonate with you and like bond with them because that can make or break, the relationship, the thought process, the mentality, or whatever's going on in that moment in time. Not talking to my daughters for like a year, some change like that. That takes a toll on any person, especially a person who cares about being a father. You know what I'm saying? Who cares about kids in general? Like that takes a toll on you, right? So you best believe, like, it was times, man, like where I was not strong. But because I'm the strong friend, right? To the outside, that's what it seemed like. And to that one person, be like, hey, what's going on, man? Like, how are you really? How are you really? And then just get out the way, right? Just ask that question and get out the way. I'm telling you, man, like it's that simple. It's that simple. Because I'm the type of person where I don't stay where I ain't wanted and I don't go where I'm not invited. Okay, so that's huge for me. And I'm sure for all other strong people out there, all the strong friends and family members out there, right? Who suffering in silence because they feel nobody cares or like, as long as everybody else is good around them, they'll be all right. I thought all about all that. That was my mentality for the longest, right? But I had to change that. I had to shift that because it wasn't healthy to suffer in silence all the time, all year long, right? It wasn't healthy. So the counseling I went through, for that year and a half and change like that definitely helped, along with my good friends and family members who checked in on me, all my little bros, my little sis out there, who still call me to this day and check in on me. Like, y'all don't understand, like, that's huge because you didn't have to do that. And I didn't have to beg you to do it either, right? Because that's called that's genuine, right? Because like that gives me so much life to be like, all right, man, somebody's thinking about me for a change. And I'm not always thinking about everybody else, right? So that's huge. So take that page out of that playbook for all of your strong friends and family members. No matter how strong you think they are, no matter how well put together you think they are, something is bothering them, something gets to them. Trust and believe. They may not disclose it, but if you find out what it is, then you will understand, like, we're just like everybody else. We're just like everybody else. We just have probably maybe a little bit more emotional intelligence, a little emotional control, when it comes to like our dealings with life and people and situations. But it's not easy though. And that's why I said in the beginning of my retirement speech, I apologize if I make this look easy. Because it is not. It is not. The meditation that goes into this, the prayer, the battling the negative thoughts, and just the hypotheticals, like it's a lot that goes into keeping those negative feelings and just being a strong person, right? Through and through. It's a lot that goes into it. And I know sometimes it can seem like it's easy, but it is not. It takes a lot of discipline, a lot of self-discipline, and it's just one of those things where, if you pay attention and you understand, okay, things might be a little out of alignment here, then you might have something right, and you investigate that with your strong friends and see how much that you would help them in their lives just by paying attention to them, right? It's not necessarily you're going to solve their problem. It's the fact that you paid attention. That's what get that strong friend over that hump. That's what makes that strong friend even stronger. So keep that in mind next time you see somebody and they look all right, they look good, but you ain't really ask them, how are you? Right? Because you never know what you're going to hear. You never know what you're going to hear. And for those who don't want to know, then don't ask. That's another pet peeve for those strong friends too. If you really don't want to know, do not ask. Don't. Because it just be a waste of time. They could be really talking to somebody that really cares. Okay? So, man. But yeah, I told you, this one definitely hit home for me. You know, I'm speaking from true experience. But that's my challenge to y'all. Check in with your strong friends, family members. That'll be my challenge for this episode, for sure. Okay? And also, like I said, if you enjoyed this video, if I said anything that, that kind of sparked something, please like, share, subscribe, and just support any way you can. And, hit me up with comments if you got any issues or topics you want me to talk about or personal experience you want me to, speak on, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing for me. All right. So at the end of the day, y'all know the motto. I can help you, but I can't save you. All right. Love y'all. Peace. Thanks for y'all time and attention.